Right, we're going live. Okay, we're live.
It's been a difficult year this year for the Spurs fans. We've had COVID, we've had not going to the matches, we had the Amazon palaver with Jose Mourinho telling Dele he's not good enough. How dare he tell Dele he's not good enough? Anyway, he went and then we waited 60, 70 days. We didn't have a manager. It was so hard for all the Tottenham fans. We had loads of mental health issues. We had COVID again. People just could not understand what was going on at Tottenham Hotspur. Daniel Levy was messing us about as always. Then we got Nuno. That's correct. Nuno Santos came into Tottenham Hotspur and he absolutely demoralised the club, the players and us, the fans. It was heartbreaking to watch our beloved Tottenham suffer the way we were suffering. The defeats kept coming, 3-0s, 3-0s, 3-0s. I thought them lot down the road were singing 1-0s. Well, it was 3-0s, 3-0s constantly. And it was just a matter of time, And then Nuno went. Absolutely correct. Nuno left the club. He got sacked. It was not happening. The smiles started to appear on all the Tottenham faces. Who was going to come in? Conte was linked in the summer, knocked us back. We thought, here we go, nothing's going to happen. And then, Paratici pulled a blinder. Yes, out of nowhere. Conte was appointed Tottenham manager. The smiles on everyone's faces went up. That's correct. Tottenham fans were back. Tottenham is back. Ladies, gentlemen, all the followers on Paxton Road, let me tell you, Tottenham Hotspur is back.
We've lost everyone. Where are we all? Where are we all? Hello and welcome to Christmas Day special on Ask Sid. I hope you all liked the Sid speech today. Forget the Queen's speech. You had the Sid.
Gosh.
Oh, look, Darius is in tears.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, bless.
Oh, my gosh. Shakespeare who? Wow.
You know what? I thought, let me do one because I think Sam said, Sid, you've got to do a Sid speech. And I thought, right,
I need a drink.
That's it. Sid's going to do a speech now. So that was the Sid speech on behalf of all the Paxton Road fans and all Tottenham Hotspur fans. And I'd like to welcome my absolute special duo, top-notch guests tonight. I've got the superb Darius and Sean tonight.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas, everyone out there in YouTube world.
It's been good.
Absolutely.
It's been good. I've been very lazy. Normally we start at like 7, 8 o'clock because of tradition of opening early. But because now we're older kids and we're not actually kids anymore, I could lie until 11. It was absolutely fantastic. So I'm great, mate. I'm great.
Love it. Well, and yourself, Sean?
Well, at 11 o'clock, while he was still in his kip, I was up a hill, getting some fresh air and looking over the mountains, over the wonderful natural real estate we have up here in Scotland. Yeah, so yeah,
Okay.
had a great day. Had a great day so far. Looking forward to this.
That's what it's all about, isn't it? It's all about having fun and it's all about relaxing, drinking loads, getting peace, as they would say. I mean, not that I don't drink or anything, but I'm assuming everyone's having a ball. Everyone's got what they wanted, and I hope there's a lot of Tottenham Hotspur stuff out there, everyone. Loads of Tottenham. I know we don't want to give Daniel Levy his money, but at the end of the day, we're Tottenham through and through. And if you're not going to get a gift as a Tottenham supporter, Tottenham related, then you know what? Get the hell out of here.
Send me some Spurs socks. I will request some Spurs socks. I need some Spurs socks. There we go. That's all I'm going to say.
Darius,
Oh, I've got a recommendation for you on that front, Darius. Yeah.
Have you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
behind closed doors. Let me know about that one.
Yeah, that one, yeah, definitely.
Have you not
And
getting
it won't go to Levy as well. So
that's what we like to hear. That's what we like to hear. Right. So before we move on to the show, actually, I've got to give the credit to Sean Hurley here because he texted me the other day and he said, "Do you fancy doing an Ask Sid on Christmas Day? And let's have a bit of fun because it's the festive period. Let's ask everyone one not favorite player, but which player would they have from all the Prem clubs? Right, one player. Doesn't matter which position, who it is, you pick one player." And I went, "Do you know what? That's a good idea." So I went back, put it to the team, and everyone said, "What a great idea." So Sean, nice one. And let's get every fan.
Well, I just thought in a sort of like a Christmas truce, if you like. We like to slag off our opponents, but let's see who we would like to have, wearing the lily white shirt.
Absolutely.
And by the way, Sid, just want to double check and check with the fans and the audience and everyone in the Paxton comment section that there isn't any stipulations. There's no price tag that we need to meet. There's no positions that we need to meet. We can just choose whoever we want. Doesn't matter how good, doesn't matter how bad.
Yeah, it's basically anyone that you would like to have at Tottenham. You can only have one player. You can't be greedy. You can't combine players. It's
Let
just
me get nice and cozy.
Player. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting show, right? But before we move on, Porto Max saying Merry Christmas, everyone. Yep, Merry Christmas to you as well. Jack Kaneki is saying, "Just woke up. It's 8 a.m. here in Seattle. Just want to wish you all a Merry Xmas and a Happy New Year. Looking forward to watching back your picks, especially Darius." Here we go.
I'm not taking much thought into it, but I'm going to hopefully try and work on the fly. So I know Sid's gonna have some very good choices. And I'm looking forward to Sean's as well a lot. So I might have to copy a couple of these ideas. So don't get mad at me, Sean or Sid. Don't get mad at me.
No. That's that's the interesting bit, Yeah.
Paxton love on a special day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Jack, we want to see your players as well, yeah? So what we're going to do is, as we go along the clubs, people don't post any other clubs until we speak about that particular club. So don't inundate me with loads of players from other clubs. Whichever team we talk about them players. Scott M is saying Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm looking forward to this show. Should be a good one. As always, Mark Swift is wishing everyone a Merry Christmas. It's basically great show, guys. Porto Mac what's he saying? Oh, he's already jumped the gun. Right, I'm going to start straight away. Right, so
let's go.
What we're going to do, and this is another idea of the man in the bottom corner here. What he said to me was, we're going to go alphabetically. And I went, wicked. He said, no, we're going to go reverse alphabetical because we want that team that should be number one is going to be the last team and the last player we're going to pick. So you might have guessed which team it is. They're going to be the last pick. So we're going back to front, not front to back. So our first team is going to be, just bear with me. Is he not there or in the back? That's the one. Right.
And just sorry, Sid, I just want to say, guys, if I am keeping looking that way, then it's just because I'm looking at my squad choices here. So yeah, I apologize if I am doing the constant that way. But yeah, carry on. Sorry, Sid. Sorry to interrupt you.
That's all right. Right, before we move on, big, massive thank you to Wayne Bonner. Super chat. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas, everyone. Come on, you Spurs. Wayne, thank you very much. Wishing you a happy Christmas from everyone at Paxton Road. And thank you very much for your support.
Yeah, thank you, Wayne.
Truly appreciate it. So, who we're going to begin with today? First team is Wolverhampton Wanderers. Okay, so everyone in the comment section and my special guest today. Right, Wolverhampton Wanderers. Who's on your wish list? Come on, ask Sid. Who is it? Come on, let's go.
You want me to go first, Mr. Sean? I think I've already got my dream choice. I think I could confidently say, after looking through these choices here, I'll give you two honourable mentions. My honourable mentions will be Ruben Neves, and my other honourable mention will be Daniel Podence. But who I'm gonna choose, because I think they're the most talented and have the most room to improve in certain areas of their game as well, I'm going to go for Pedro Neto. I think he is my go-to. He's my go-to. If I was to choose anybody, I think we have a big problem at right wing. And I think he is a perfect right winger, being an inverted right winger to sort of fill that hole. And I think he's only, if I double check, he's 21 years old, born in 2000, same year as me. So I'm going to say Pedro Neto because, yeah, I think he's got the most talent out of everybody there currently. And he also has the most room to improve as well. So, yeah.
Cool. So you're going with Neto. Sean, who are you going with?
Well. That's you've blown me out of the water already. I forgot about Neto. But I must admit, I mean, Wolves. You'll find that some clubs it was just very easy, or not, because you would have thought, who would I take from them? But Wolves were one of those clubs that they do have players like, Podence, as Darius has said, Raul Jimenez.
Yes,
I would, and also in his prime, João Martinho would have been an absolute god in our team. But for me, I went for Ruben Neves as the player. For me, I just like the man. He can thread balls. He's got a good shot. And he's one of that. It's that kind of metronome player, kind of moving the ball about. I think he would be great in our team.
Love that.
Right.
So for me, it's Neves. Yeah.
Can I also just say before you say Sid, Hwang Hee-chan as well? Forgot that he is also at Wolves now. I'm a big fan of Hwang as well, and he's also South Korean. So Son, get on the phone, please. But that's it. Sorry.
I agree with you. Jack Kaneki is saying Pedro Neto. Scott M is saying Ruben Neves. Porto Mac is saying Neto. Neto. So I think what you guys were saying, I think there's a few good players there, but if the push comes to the shove, you had Neto, Prudence, Neves, and Jimenez, I think. And I, on my list, actually, you know what I did? I was a bit cheeky, actually. I asked my two boys, an 18-year-old and a 14-year-old, and I'm like, come on, boys. And one of them went with Prudence, and the other one went Prudence, and one went with Neves. And me personally, the reason I'm going to say Jimenez is because we need a striker, right? To complement Harry Kane. And, well, we're going to have a look down the list, but there's not that many strikers good enough or that can come in. But I think Jimenez, for me, is a good header of the ball. He's always in and out of the 6-yard area. He's outside the area. He's quite good as well. He's comfortable on the ball. And it was a hard choice between Prudence, Neves, and Jimenez. So for me, I'm going to go with Jimenez because just for the fact, striker, and we need that backup. So we've gone Neto, Neves, and Jimenez. Right. So
wow.
I'm surprised Noah Dharma was mentioned, but then at the same time, I'm not surprised.
Come on.
I think he's very Marmite, isn't he? Like, I can see why people want him, but at the same time, I can see why people say, you know what, keep him well away from us. So, yeah.
You know what it is as well? The thing is, when you look at all the other clubs, right, and then you look at Traore, you're thinking to yourself, well, hold on, there's better players that we can get from another club instead of him. So that's why I opted. You know what? We looked at it, and my boys were like, "Nah, not even entertaining him." Like what you're saying, Darius. I'm not going to even entertain him. So we left.
He never crossed my mind, Darius. To be honest,
Did he
not?
No. He's. I mean, when we were linked with him under Nuno, I was like, "Oh God, no, please, no."
Yeah.
I mean, no, I just don't see him. To me, he's a one-trick pony with no end result.
Yeah.
Sorry, Wolves fans. I know you love him, but
it's what
we have liked half your squad though.
I don't get me wrong. I've always said that Wolves squad is very good, and they've got a good manager as well now. So I actually think that they can do a decent job with what they've got. So yeah, and they're doing all right this season. I mean, what are they, 8th or 9th in the league? So yeah.
But the thing is, had this player been at Wolves now all day long, Jota would have been on everyone's list. Yeah, no matter what, he would have. I think I'm sure on yours,
Mhm.
Sean, and even you, Darius, you probably would
Yep.
have gone for chocolate if he was there, but unfortunately, he's not there. So for Wolves, that's what we've gone with, right? I think a couple of the guys on the group, Neto, yeah, Ruben Neves and Neto, right? The next team we're going to look at is
Do we just play them?
the noisy neighbours.
Mm.
The noisy
The
neighbours.
Happy Hammers.
The Happy Hammers.
Waste
Well, not so
Ham.
happy. Not so happy last week.
Not so happy last week. That's correct.
No, or last
Right,
game.
Sean, tell me your first Happy Hammer. Who are you going for?
Do you know there is a player I really like, and we were linked with him for ages, and we didn't do the deal, and he's come back to bite us. I think really that's Jared Bowen.
Yeah.
However, in the end, I went. The player that I would like would be Declan Rice.
You've gone for Declan Rice.
I mean, he's such a comfortable ball player. I love my midfielders, unfortunately, so there will be quite a few of them here. But he was. Yeah, I mean, if he again, money no object, so we're not having to fill a space. Declan Rice all day for me.
Okay. All right, Darius.
I mean, I think it's quite obvious that I'm gonna have to agree with Sean there. I mean, the way he played against our midfield on Tuesday or Wednesday he did kind of almost sort of toy with them, and even towards the end of the game when it was the 85th and 90th minutes, he was sort of down the left side. I remember he sort of dribbled past two players, and I was just thinking he's still doing that in the 85th minute, like bossing, who we think is Skipper's like sort of one of our best midfield talents, if not our best. And don't get me wrong, Skipper's fantastic, but you sort of see the levels with Skip and Rice when they played against each other, and Rice was next level. I don't see him staying much longer at West Ham. I actually see him going to potentially Chelsea or United soon. So that's not going to be very fun for everybody, but he is amazing. And if any other player I could think of just to sort of be a bit different and maybe offer something different, I actually love Kurt Zouma, and I also really love Vladimir Kufal as well. And probably my one big choice behind Declan Rice would be Ben Roma. So yeah, if it wasn't Declan Rice, it'd be Ben Roma. But West Ham have got a lot of good players. I mean, it's difficult to sort of to not want to take a lot of their players in their starting 11. So yeah, it's something to be worried about. But no, they've got a good team. But Declan Rice, he definitely stands out. Sean, I have to 100% agree with you.
Cool. And we've got Porto Maki saying Declan Rice. Jack Kanicki is saying Declan Rice first, Antonio second. Scott M is saying West Ham said Ben Rama, but should say Rice. I know. Jews Nuts. Good evening. Good afternoon, Jews. He's basically saying, where's he gone? I've lost him. Oh, Antonio as the backup striker. It's whether he'd want to come up as a backup striker. That's the problem. But then though,
he's a Spurs fan, though, isn't he?
That's what I'm saying. They're all Spurs fans, aren't they?
Yeah, probably would.
No, I don't think so.
Are we riling the West Ham fans up?
Yeah.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Remember, this is a day of peace.
It's Christmas.
We come in peace. You can leave in pieces.
I know. What's Mark Cousins saying? The one from West Ham that scores against us all the time.
Is that Lanzini? I'm assuming that's Lanzini.
Is that Lanzini, Mark Cousins?
He always scores against us, Lanzini.
Yeah.
Well, Antonio scores against us as well.
And Antonio as well, to be fair.
Yeah, it's true, but I think he's referring to Lanzini because he scored quite a few. I don't think it's Antonio. I don't think Antonio scored that many against us, to be fair.
I'm not too sure. I don't really care, to be honest. It's West Ham.
No, Mark, just let us know, guys. I'll tell you who I've gone for, and I have gone with Declan Rice because, like you said, you've got Ben Roma, Declan Rice, and Gerard Bowen, who we should have got. He should have been our player, and for someone who's come from the Championship, he's killing it. He's absolutely killing it in the Prem. So so I think we've got to say all of us have gone with Declan Rice.
Definitely.
That's what we like to hear. Simon Stevens is saying they all became Spurs fans when Conte was bought in. Only loyal Hammer is noble, living up to his name. Simon, can you please tell us your player?
I don't think you've got the spirit of today's broadcast, mate. We're being nice.
Yeah, we're not
I
being
know
friendly
we
today,
will do that,
unfortunately.
don't we? Yeah, absolutely. Right, so that's Watford out of the way. Next one, sorry, West Ham out of the way. Next one is Watford, and I'm going to start on Watford. I was going to say Musa Sissoko, yeah, but I've gone.
You've gone for Danny Rose.
I've gone for this man. I've gone for this man.
Oh,
Yeah,
Good choice.
purely because he's just, for me, he's just one of the best players, youngsters at the moment, and he's absolutely killing it. I know he's injured at the moment, but when he's on form, mate, this guy's on par, man. I love his speed, his stamina. He takes people on, and he scores goals. So for me, Ismail Yassar, that's my prediction. Moving on to you, Darius.
You know what? If you had asked me 3 months ago, I would have said Sarr as well. The only thing I'm gonna say though is there's another player on that Wolves team who has very, very much surprised me. Every time I watch Watford. Every time I watch Watford play, I'm like, you know what? He's scoring goals. His feet is fantastic, and he's got good size in him. So does Sarr, to be fair. But Emmanuel Dennis for me is the one that I'm gonna go for, just because his finishing ability. He seems a little bit more polished than Sarr, and I think he's got a year on Sarr in terms of age. But yeah, I mean, Emmanuel Dennis has got really good feet, really good pace, good finish on him, good size on him, and he came from Club Brugge, which I just found out now, which that team seems to be sort of just farming young talent like it's nothing, like they are basically Ajax and your Dortmunds and stuff. So I'm gonna have to pay attention to Club Brugge a little bit more. But yeah, I would have gone for Sarr. Sarr would have easily been my second choice. I don't think there's any other people in that Watford team that really impressed me that much apart from those two. Josh King seems to have found a new sort of form of his life at Watford, but I still wouldn't take him at Tottenham. So yeah, I'm gonna go for Emmanuel Dennis, but I do like Sarr as well. That's a good choice.
That's good. Sean?
wow. Well, both your choices were like, you know, and in the end, I've plumped for Sid's one. Sorry, Darius. I think Sarr would be an absolute star at our place. But yeah, I do see what you see in Emmanuel Dennis as well. But yeah, I think they're the two picks of the Watford team. Yeah, if we could have anyone Father Christmas, I'll have Ismail Assar for me.
He's a great player, and he's both footed. I can't tell what foot he is. I've seen him use both feet very, very well. So yeah, that's a very good skill to have. Imagine you have Son and Sarr sort of being able to interchange on the wings with both their feet. So yeah, that's really good.
Oh dear,
very, very good.
I did have Dennis, and like you said, I think both my boys went with Sarr straight away. But Dennis was an option. But for me, Sarr's done it in the Championship, and he's also done it in the Prem for the last season or 2 seasons. So you've got to give it to him. Jack Kaniki is Emmanuel Dennis. Sam Lee is saying, Sarr, he's very good. Juice Nuts is saying Sarr is a handful.
Definitely.
Very much so. Very much so.
Yeah. Good choice, Sid. Jack Kaneki is saying I could make a case for Dennis. 100%. You know what? It's a tough call. But for me, the reason is because, like I said before, he's done it in the Championship as well, and he's also done it in the Prem. Because a lot of these players, when they're transitioning from the Championship to the Prem, it's hard, and not a lot can do it. And he's done it consistently, and he's just getting better and better. And I don't even think he's going to be there in the summer, to be fair. I think someone's going to snap him up, you know. Mark Swift, come on. I know we said we're going to have a laugh here, but Welbeck.
Just to see the salt on the Arsenal fans' face. Just for the salty Arsenal fans.
That's what it is, isn't it?
I'm here for that.
A nostalgic recall for Danny Rose, maybe,
Yeah. Scott M is saying Sarr. Sorry, a question for you here, Mr. Darius. From Sam Lee. Is Darius dressed up as one of the 3 wise men?
No, Sam, I'm going to have to stand up now. This is my new Christmas present, guys. This is my... You know, I wear my blanket all the time. Well, I've upgraded now. I've got the new dressing gown, navy white, you know, representing Tottenham. It's got the hood. It's got the fleeced inners. It's got the pockets. I'm living my life right now. So I thought I'd show it off on the stream and make sure that everybody knows that this is the new streaming attire for when I'm comfortable and confident in my team, and right now I'm very confident in my team. So the robe is on. I'm not a wise man. I think truth sets free. Put it better, Sid. If you see here, I am in my pimp robe. That's what I'm going to call it. I'm going to sit nicely and just carry on giving my wonderful players that I want to join. So continue, Sid. I'm having a great time, mate. I'm having a great time.
I love it. I was going to say, are we going to have a pair of boxing gloves for the next Darius show with some intro music coming in? Yeah.
You can have, mate. You can have whatever you want. I'll get the Everlast gloves on. I'll have everything. You can have the mouth guard. I've got everything, mate. Everything,
Wicked.
mate.
Wicked.
Let's do
sorted. Right. Simon Stevens is saying we have Papa, so you might as well buy his son. Well, yes. Why not? You know, that can be a handful, couldn't it? Papa saw, Ismail saw. Can you imagine? Son saw. Can you imagine?
No, let's not do that.
Oh, mate.
Too much. Too much.
It's going to be in it. Absolutely. All right. Okay. Look at this. What's he saying? Jews nuts. He's saying, I thought Darius was Darth Sidious. Reference Star Wars. Okay. Right. Okay. Moving on. So we've gone with 2 Sars and a Dennis, and I think a majority of the watchers are saying Sar as well. So moving on to the next one, we have the team from Southampton.
Ooh.
Southampton. Sean, hit me with your saint. Who's your saint? And don't say Simon Templar.
Oh, God. Roger Moore. The original. Or even before that. Yeah, anyway. Southampton was when I suppose a lot of people will go for Ward-Prowse because of his free kicks, not more than anything else. I had a nostalgic look at Carl Walker-Peters because I was really devastated when he left. Maybe not as much as Dele Alli was, but anyway. But in the end, I went for a player that I know from up here, and that was Stuart Armstrong. He was brilliant for Celtic up here, and there seems to be a link between Celtic and Southampton. You think about Virgil van Dijk, Wanyama. These are players that have Southampton take a punt on players up here in Scotland, and they've had their successes, But I really like Stuart Armstrong. He's a great ball carrier, scores some great goals, and he's just a very solid midfielder. I would have him every day. Yeah,
I like that.
Fair enough. Before I move on to you, Darius, Scott M is saying Tino Livramento, Southampton is tough because I am not a fan of JWP fan. Fair enough. Sam Lee is also saying KWP could have kept him. Fair enough. Simon Stevens is saying, isn't it Adam Armstrong? I'm not too sure. Is it Adam?
Is it Adam? I think it is Adam.
No, there's 2 Armstrongs. There's 2 Armstrongs in the Southampton squad. Right.
Is there 2? Yeah. Oh, you talking about Stuart Armstrong?
I'm talking about Stuart Armstrong.
Right yeah. Stuart Armstrong. He's injured at the moment. That's I was going to say. I know there was 2 Armstrongs. Adam's good as well. To be fair, Adam is a good striker as well. To be fair, you like the look of him.
So, who are you saying, Darius?
I'm going to ask you a question before I make my choice. Players on loan at the club are not classed as players at that club, right?
No, it has to be Southampton player. Yeah, we can't have loaners.
Okay, so I can't choose Armando Broja, who's their striker from Chelsea at the moment. I'm actually going to go for Livramento as well. I actually think that Tino Livramento is a very, very, very good player, and I had no idea who he was before Southampton sort of bought him from Chelsea. But I think he was Chelsea's youth player of the season, or he won some sort of award. He was very, very highly regarded in that Cobham setup at Chelsea, and he obviously was had enough confidence within himself to go to Southampton and sort of not go on loan from Chelsea, because he's actually doing fantastic. And it says on transfer marks he's a right back, but he plays left back like he's been playing there his whole career, and he's only 19 as well, which is absolutely ridiculous. So I think for me, if it wasn't going to be Tino Livramento, because I think he is probably their best player, and I would definitely go for him. I do think that sort of Ward-Prowse is a very safe option that isn't bad. And Salisu, who just joined as well, their centre-back is a young centre-back who's decent as well. But again, I think Livramento could actually probably get into our right back position. I know he's a Chelsea boy, but I don't care. He's a very, very good player. So yeah, I'm gonna go for Livramento as well.
Fair enough. Right, I'm just gonna. Porto Max just said, well, and I think you mentioned him as well, Sean. Would you take him back? Kyle
Now?
Walker-Peters? Yeah.
No, I think we can do better than that now.
Okay. Sean?
I have understood. Yeah, I do like to see one of our owns in our squad. I'm a bit of an old sentimentalist, maybe, and I do like Kyle Walker-Peters. I think he's certainly kicked on since he went to Southampton. So I think I would take him back, but I could also see Barris's point that if you're aspiring to the very best, we missed out on Dumfries at right back, so that would have been a good buy. But I think I would, but I can understand why people would say no.
Yeah, cool. Before we move on, I've seen our judge Jody has joined us in the comment section.
Merry Christmas, Judge.
Merry Christmas, Judge.
Yeah, let me do my salute.
Hope he's feeling better.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. I hope you're feeling better, George, and up to your full self again. And seeing as you're in the comment section, can you please tell us your players as well? Don't just come in this comment section and be an admirer. We want them. We want your choice as well. So give us your choice.
She's been posting too many pictures with the old Minimosas. I think she might be a bit high-eyed by now.
Maybe 3 or 4 down now. I need to get Minimosas as well. That sounds like a very good drink right now.
Sam Lee saying KWB would be better backup than Doherty, surely.
That's a good point. Yeah, I agree with that.
Great point. Simon Stevens is saying we need to do better than KWP. Emerson would be strong enough backup, but if he left because he didn't want to be backup, I'd take him back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Agree.
Right. So my choice, and the reason I've gone for this one, you both mentioned him. We cannot take free kicks for toffees, right? We are awful. I've not seen one of them yet actually hit the wall, go past the wall, or even test the keeper. Every single free kick, whether it's Son, Kane, Dyer, is hitting the wall, hitting the wall. So, yeah.
Hold on a second. The winning goal against Leeds United?
Dyer. Deflected.
Went through the wall.
Saved. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, one.
All right, I'm being pernickety. Sorry, I'm just being pernickety.
But if we want, I mean, this person, I'd have him taking free kicks, but I wouldn't have him in the wall running back. Because you remember what happened the last time he done that? And that's my choice, James Ward-Prowse, because his finishing at free kicks is immense. And we're crying out. I mean, Christian Eriksen's left. We're crying out for one, and he has to be. I mean,
do you want to know what's so annoying, Sid, as well? And I agree with you as well. I would love him just to literally bring him on in the 70th minute when we've got a great free kick and then pop it in. But I see Son on Spurs' Twitter scoring free kicks in training all the time, and he never actually gets to take a free kick. And I actually think Son would probably take a decent free kick, but that's just I don't know, because Dyer always seems to take them. Kane always seems to take them and sky them.
Yeah,
Son never gets an opportunity, and I've seen Son there was a video that they uploaded on Twitter where he scored 2 free kicks in a row, and I was like, why is this guy not taking free kicks? Like, he's actually pretty good at free kicks, so maybe give Son a chance and let's see what Son can do. But yeah, Ward-Prowse's free kicks I actually don't know anybody better in the Prem.
Is give Son a chance. Yeah, why not?
He's amazing.
The last game we went to Liverpool game, and my boy noticed this actually. When they would come up prior to the kickoff and they're practicing on the pitch, doing the warm-ups and whatever, we were taking free kicks. Son was taking the free kicks and he was finding the net every single time. He was like, Dad, look at him. He was hitting the net every single time. And I'm like, then why isn't he not taking in the game? Maybe Conte obviously seeing something else in Dyer. I don't know what it is, but
I just think Dyer Son doesn't seem like the player that's going to be like, I want to take this free kick. I'm going to take it. I think Kane and Dyer will definitely put their name forward before Son will be allowed to take a free kick. I think if Dyer or Kane don't fancy where it is, they'll be like, yeah, Son, you can have this one. But I think those two will always try and go for it if it is an opportunity to take. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Until
support
Son
you.
scores. That is until Son scores a free kick. And then there'll be off free kicks. I guarantee you that.
you know what? That's what we're hoping, innit? But the problem is, when is he going to get that opportunity to take a free kick? That's the problem, isn't it? Is he going to be given that?
We're coming to that period where Harry Kane picks up an injury.
Very true.
Yeah.
So
true.
maybe sooner than we think. Touch wood, you know.
Absolutely.
It doesn't happen, you know.
Yeah. I think, look, Simon Stevens is saying the same thing about Proud here. Think about Ward-Prowse. He wouldn't do much more than what we already have besides free kicks. It would be like Bentley back in the days. Only bring him on a free kick, but you didn't need him. That's true, actually. Yeah, you know, like American football, where when you got a corner, you bring them on certain people, or when you're defending, you bring on the offense and the defense. We should do something like that, but yeah, it's not going to happen, is it? Right. Next choice is Norwich City, and I'll shoot us off on Norwich City. This one for me, there was two potential players that I looked at, and it was touch and go. Campbell was one of them, a young midfielder, box-to-box player, and he gets that midfield going. He scores goals, and he's that kind of a midfielder that we probably would be happy with, because he's, like I said, box-to-box. He's got a good touch on him. He can pinpoint passes, and he's a good finisher as well. Unfortunate for Norwich at the moment, he's been injured, and I think he came back against Spurs, but he was on the bench, and he didn't start the game after as well. So I think he's still not fully fit. However, there's only one person at the moment, and we've been after this guy for a year, I think 2 years, and for me, Max Aarons. For me,
I'm not going to waste your time. I'm going to have to straight away agree, because I've just gone through that Norwich team again. That Norwich team is really bad. So, Sid, I'd like you to please tell me why you've gone for Max Aarons, because I agree with you, and I don't think we're going to sort of say this. It's too many different things, to be honest with you.
Absolutely. Look, the way I look at it, the two right backs I'm not 100% with Emerson, right? I'm not too keen on Emerson at the moment. He's okay. Doherty, if he's going to go, he can go. I don't mind. It's not a problem. But Aarons, he's been killing it for Norwich. He's fast. He gets down the wings. He knows how to defend as well. He's very pacey. He can take players on. He can defend very well as well. And, you know, he's done it at international levels as well. A lot of clubs have been after him. I don't know why we didn't get him in the summer and prior to that as well. So, and he's miles better than anyone we've got in that position at the moment. So that's my say on him, basically. Sean, what are you saying?
I agree.
Darius, you're agreeing, yeah? And do you want to add anything to that?
I'm not against having Max Aarons, I must admit, but I went for your other choice, actually. I went for Todd Cantwell. I just think he's got potential. I'd like to see him playing in a better team. He could maybe develop into a Conor Gallagher style player. So yeah, for me, really, it was there was only two players, as Darius has said, and for me, I just went with Cantwell, because I'm obviously biased towards midfielders.
No. This is what it's all about, isn't it? It's each individual's choice. So you can pick who you want. It's down to you. As long as you're happy with that player, then that's fine. I mean, Jack Anicki is saying here, Matthias Norman, and then he's followed up by saying, no, Norman. Check him out, Darius.
I'm going to have to give him a look, because I know he plays. I think he's a midfielder, but that is literally all I know about him. So I'm going to have to check him out. Yeah,
fair enough. Scott M is saying Norwich, probably go with Cantwell. I don't think he can start, but as a guy to help run the midfield for our second team, and being HG, he would be useful. Homegrown. That's true. Homegrown, could be useful. I agree with that one. But isn't Max Aarons?
Yeah, he's English as well. Max Aarons is English as well. Yeah.
There you go. Sam Lee is saying I'd go for Gilmore. We can't have Gilmore, unfortunately, because he's a Chelsea player. So we're looking at
no loans. Yeah,
he's saying technically Chelsea player, but I mean, if you look at that team, you've got Pukki, but Pukki's inconsistent, and I don't think he'd gel into our team, even as a backup striker. Personally, I don't think so. Simon Stevens is saying here I'd have Aarons over Emerson in the summer, so I agree. Same scenario when we got round to Brighton. It's a weak spot in the team. I totally agree. And I think this man on my top right or next to me is going to still agree with me. Tomiyasu should have been the deal all day long.
Yeah. I think that would have probably still worked out. I think you're probably going to know, and that probably is the spoiler for my Arsenal choice. I've probably got another choice as well in my back pocket, but again, it's one of those where Emerson's not terrible, but he's also probably not the best choice we could have got as well. And I'm not sort of against Emerson, but there's a lot of other right backs in the world that can do his job a lot better, I'd say.
Yeah. Ethelston Edvardson is saying Tottenham need to be careful who they buy. We have a tendency to buy mega flops. That is correct. But I think the players that we're looking at here, I think are the cream of the cream at each of the clubs that we're highlighting. So they're not going to be mega flops. I can't see any of the players that we've mentioned so far flopping at any club top 6, I'd say. I don't know about City, Liverpool, but potentially the rest of them, I can't see them flopping because these are the creme de la creme of the teams that we're picking. So moving on, we have. I want to hear what you two have got to say about this one because I think there was only one on my opinion. But Newcastle United, the Billionaires Boys Club, who are we having from the BBTs?
I think I know what your one is, and that's probably my choice as well.
Yeah.
Probably my choice as well. This is the easiest one.
It has to be
actually,
Maximan. It has to be.
Actually, Sylvie has his elements, you know, but no.
Yeah.
Alan Saint-Maximin every day.
Yeah, the only other player I can really think of that I would actually not mind at Tottenham is Callum Wilson, just because as a backup striker, I actually think he'd do a pretty decent job. But there's no reason or no logical explanation I can give as to why I'd have him over Alan Saint-Maximin. I could just imagine sort of him playing for Tottenham, and you go into a home game and he just does something that gets the whole crowd going, and it could turn the whole game just because he sort of does one step over or beats one man or sort of sets one goal up. So, and I think that's so important in a team, just to have somebody who can get a crowd going like that. So I think
think of Ginola, think of
Waddle?
I don't know,
Chris Waddle.
Chris Waddle, yeah, or Jose Dominguez. Players. Yeah, those sorts of players who just like can pull a trick,
Absolutely.
Yeah. You value those players so much as well. Like they are sort of they gain that cult hero status, don't they, amongst the clubs where you just enjoy watching them play. And I think that he would get that anywhere he goes. So yeah, I think we can all agree on Saint-Maximin.
That was the easiest one.
Easiest one.
I think when you say you're paying for entertainment, and he's probably the entertainment value for Newcastle. So you're getting what you're paying for. Scott M is saying Saint-Maximin. Simon Stevens is saying exactly the same. Got to be Saint. Mark Swift all day long. Porto Mac is saying easy choice. Max all day long. Now, question for you. What's the difference between him and Adama Traore?
I knew this was coming. I knew that was coming.
What's the difference? Because I tell you what. We automatically said no. We didn't even entertain a conversation with Traore. Yet we're entertaining a big conversation about Saint-Maximin. And to me, they're both similar type of players. Neither can shoot and score for toffees. Yeah, they're all good at dribbling. And then sometimes majority of the time, there's no end product. So why are we going for Maximin and not Traore?
Sure, you want this one? Go on.
I'll take this one. And probably I'll be talking out of my arse probably. But I think Traore has shown that he's not coachable to have an end product. Whereas Saint-Maximin has created goals and he has got an assist in him. And I don't, that to me is the essential difference between the two players, and why I'd never even consider Traore, but I would have Alan Saint-Maximin all day.
Okay.
I think I 100% agree. The only thing I would add on to that is also sort of like what Sean said, where Traore, it's about sort of the polishedness of the two players. I think that Saint-Maximin you could probably get a cultured finish out of Saint-Maximin. If he was one-on-one with the keeper, I think he would be able to slot it in a corner. Whereas Traore, I just feel like every time he's just going to hit the ball as hard as he can, and hopefully it goes in the back of the net. And again, I think in terms of managers' preference, it depends on what they want, because I think that Traore is almost a cheat code in football where it is almost impossible to get the ball off him. And if you are a manager who wants the ball in the box 24/7 and you have a big striker to win those headers, it could work. I mean, look at West Ham. I can imagine Traore at West Ham would be quite a good match as Souček and Antonio and the likes of those players get in the box. But I think Saint-Maximin can, like Sean said, can be coached into being a fantastic finisher. I mean, you think of like Klopp, if Klopp got the hands of Saint-Maximin, then I can imagine him turning into a pretty fantastic winger. So yeah, no, Sean is 100% right. I agree with him.
Cool. Simon Stevens is saying here, more technical ability and reading of the game. I like Traore, but he's like a bull seeing red. He can be unstoppable, but only going forward, and that's all you get. So it's kind of pointless. Porto Mac is saying Traore is a little bit more direct. Saints on ball skills are a different gravy. Correct.
Agreed.
Yeah. Right. So that's Newcastle covered. Next, we're back to the Manchester boys, the big guns, the noisy neighbours, the Reds and the Blues, and we're gonna go with the red corner and the Manchester United. Darius,
this is gonna be a good one. Is it me first?
Do you want to go
Right.
first? Or...
Let me have another look, because I had one sort of like.
I'll go if you want.
Are you locked in? Are you locked in, Sean?
I'm all right. Yeah, I've got my stuff.
Let me hear Sean. I want to hear Sean, and then I'll make it.
So I had a group of 4.
Wow. I said 1.
Yeah. All right. But in the end, I've chosen 1. All right, Sid. Goodness sake. And let's be positive. All right. Remember, we're trying to say nice things about them. So my 4 were Rashford.
Okay.
Greenwood.
Yeah.
Controversially, De Gea.
Okay.
But the one I went for was the player we should have got, Bruno Fernandes.
You're going for Bruno. Why have you gone for Bruno?
Oh, God. You know, the ability to win penalties.
Yeah.
How often do we get penalties? Oh, yeah? And, well,
not very often.
No, you're not taking penalties off of Harry Kane. Sorry.
I know you're not.
You're just not taking them off of him. Yeah.
No.
No, he's great on free kicks. He's, I think at the moment, he's a bit overawed by his compatriot that's arrived at the team, but I think he's class. He's just a class act. And, you know, it was clear that we had a chance to get him, and we went for someone else with the same name. And the less said about that, the better.
Yeah.
Bruno for me.
Cool. Can I just the truth sets free? I'm not. It's nothing personal. Truth sets free. I'm not having a hard time reading your comments about Insigne, etc. We're not talking about the players that we want from any other foreign club at the moment. We're just looking at the Premiership players. With Insigne and people like that, Sid says he's going to be coming back in January on transfer targets and etc. So we will be covering them. I think the purpose of today's show is purely on the Prem teams and which player we would want from the Prem. I'm not disrespecting you. I'm not ignoring you. Nothing. Yeah. And he also said, "Big up, Darius. Came to support you, man. Merry Christmas."
Oh God, a Darius fan.
Yeah. Well, you don't like me now because I think I'm ignoring it. I'm not ignoring
I know
him.
you've ignored him. You've ignored him.
Yeah, I'm not ignoring him. It's just I've seen your messages, but give me players that we're talking about. Give me players from the team. So come on, truth sets free. Give me somebody from Man United who you would want at Spurs, then Man City, then Liverpool. We'll go through all that. But trust me, when I do my transfer ones, I'm going to be looking for you, and you better come on, Sid says. So, sorry to interrupt you, boys. Right, Darius.
Bruno.
So, Sean, yeah, so you're Bruno. What are you saying, Darius?
I'm kind of it kind of sounds crazy, but he kind of went over me, you know, as mad as that sounds. He's almost sort of like so like integral to Manchester United that it's like I don't really appreciate what he has done for them. And I probably would have to go for Bruno if I'm gonna be honest, but I'll stick with what I did think of. And I had a 4 as well. My 4 was a Rashford, Van der Beek, Greenwood, and Sancho. And I got rid of Rashford solely because I just don't think we need a player like Rashford at the moment. I think counter-attacking wise, he'd be amazing for us in Conte's team. I just don't think I really want a player like Rashford. I sort of want a creative winger or a creative player or just an out-and-out striker to support Harry Kane. So that's why I sort of came down to Greenwood, Sancho, and Van der Beek. And out of pure bias, I've just gone for Sancho because I genuinely just love him as a player. And I sort of have watched Dortmund for a long time, sort of the past 3-4 years. I've sort of tried to watch as much Dortmund as I watched Tottenham. And Sancho, the past two years at Dortmund, or even 3 years at Dortmund, was genuinely one of the best players in the world and was putting up numbers equivalent to the likes of Messi's and Fernandez's and De Bruyne's. So I don't know what sort of the issue is. Well, I know what the issue is at Man United. He's sort of not playing in a position and a formation that suits him. But I think that I've seen enough from Sancho in the small bits that he's played well for United that makes me know that he will still be a great signing. And I just absolutely love him as a player. And again, I was thinking more of a right winger who can create, who can, score and assist. And we don't really have that at Tottenham. So I have gone for Jadon Sancho. My second choice was Mason Greenwood, though, because, again, I don't know many sort of young players like him who can score and find the net so easily. And I don't think you could sort of turn down players who are that sort of clinical from that young. So Sancho and Greenwood are my choices. But I can't believe I didn't even think about Fernandez. I feel so bad. I feel so silly now because he probably would be the perfect sort of creative midfielder for us. And we should have got him. You're right. We shouldn't even be mentioning him at United at all. So that's quite annoying.
You know what? I was going to ask you about Sancho, but you've answered that question because the Sancho we've seen at Dortmund and the Sancho we're seeing at Man United is just like somebody's just.
It is almost night and day.
Yeah, it's night and day in it, but obviously it's positioning and the managers don't like him. Scott M is saying Greenwood. Simon Stevens is saying Sancho, I rate him very highly, and I think he will come good for United once Ron gets the hump and buggers off. Porto Mac is saying Cavani as a backup.
I like that. I do like that, actually.
Yeah. Scott M is saying Sean is going to have all the midfielders in the league.
Fair point.
Simon Stevens.
Well, I did have a goalkeeper. I did have a goalkeeper on my list.
You did. Simon Stevens is saying it was a mistake to go for Gio over Bruno, but he wouldn't have been taking penalties for us, so his numbers wouldn't be as inflated as they are. Yeah, I agree with you, but we had the opportunity, but it was pennies again. So yeah. Right, what's Spurs saying? Merry Christmas. No, there's not. So my comments think it's better off ignoring them. I came late, they didn't know the rules. Okay. Aaron's for me, right. I've gone, right. To be fair, Darius, I was exactly like you. I completely forgot about Bruno Fernandes. I didn't even contemplate, right? Plus, I had my 2 boys helping me out or ask for their opinions. Youngest one said Greenwood as well. Rashford wasn't even mentioned, to be fair. But overall, as a collective, we all decided in this current situation with Romero injured, Dyer doing quite well, as he is doing quite well, and Ben Davies, we've gone for this man.
Gosh, I forgot about him as well, to be fair.
We've gone for this man purely because he's a beast of a centre half, and Man United.
Forgot about him. Wow, Sid. It's a great shout.
Exactly.
It is a good shout. Yeah.
If there's one player that you want, this guy's a Champions League multiple times winner. He is quality, and him, Romero, and Dyer at the back. Man, God, my mouth's watering already. But as a collective, man, we went with Rafael Varane. There was not Do you know what? There was not even a debate. Straight away, they went Varane, Varane, Varane. And I'm like, really? And then they went, Dad, think about it. And I went, you know what? Totally agree with you. So,
you know what? Just on you now mentioning Varane, can you imagine if we didn't sort of, well, if we didn't sack Nuno and Man United did sack Ole and they would have got Conte, I think that team with Conte would have been pretty frightening, very frightening. So, yeah, I'm counting my blessings every single day that we lost that game.
We won El Sacchio.
We won that game. We didn't lose
That's
that game.
That's the highlight of this season, yeah.
That
losing a match.
Lucas sub for Bergwijn is definitely the highlight of this season, 100%.
Yeah, but it's like you're saying, Darius, they've got so many players, right? And the next thing we're going to go on to, many players, you just forget, don't you? So swiftly, moving on, Manchester City. Everybody in the comment section, please give us your player, Man City player that you would like.
Oh gosh, and you can't choose Ferran Torres. You can't choose Ferran Torres because he has gone to Barcelona. So yeah,
absolutely. See, even Porto Mac forgot about Varane as well. So there you go. There we go. Right, Man City. Should I go first?
Yeah.
Right. For me, honestly, I looked at it and I went, right. Do we need a De Bruyne? Maybe, yes.
Oh, this is so hard.
I thought, okay. Then we got Diaz at the centre back. Can we have him? And I thought, yes, we can. However, my first choice sort of was Cancelo, because this guy, oh, what a player! Right, left back, right back. The way he passes from the outside of his foot, inside of his foot, and I thought him as a right back all day long. And then the conversation started with the two boys and the argument started. And in the end, we opted and we went British and we went for this man because this man is the bee's knees. He is a baller. He is a phenomenal player. And I don't care what other people say. This guy gets into any team in the world. He is unbelievable. And Phil Foden is my choice.
Yeah.
Discuss, guys. What you think?
I think I would probably go for him as well. The only other player, and I guess this is kind of a left shout, but not really because they are such an important player to this team now. I might have gone for Rodri. Because I think that Rodri is very underrated in that City team, and what he does in that team and sort of how easily he does it is so underappreciated. He's there all the time in the right position, scooping up the ball, stopping counterattacks, and his distribution is just it's next level. So I might have gone for Rodri. Obviously, you've got De Bruyne. Obviously, you have all their attacking talents. Mahrez. I don't even like Sterling, so I'm not going to mention him. Bernardo Silva. Gabriel Jesus, I would probably take as well, but I think it's hard to sort of go against Foden. I don't really see how I can, so I'm gonna have to agree with you. I think I'm gonna I can't even choose Rodri. I'm gonna have to go with Foden as well. Yeah.
And you know what? He's a British player as well, so that ticks all the boxes as well.
And he could play literally anywhere from centre mid forward. You could play centre mid, 10, left wing, forward, right wing, cover everywhere in that sort of position. Absolutely. So yeah, definitely.
Before I come to you, Sean, Nippon Sharma is saying Phil Foden. Where's he gone? Somebody who's been greedy. Where's he gone? I've lost him. Oh yeah, Scott M is being greedy. He wants 15 players from Man City. Where else is there? I think So I think Foden is the one. Scott M is saying here initially thought KDB, then was worried about his age, so went for Diaz. Then thought we need a right wing back, so Cancelo. Thought about how great Edison is moving the ball.
Oh, and he's gone. Okay, Sid, he's gone. Sorry, Scott, you were saying you thought about how great Edison is moving off the ball from the back, but then went with Foden. I mean, it's hard not to go with Foden, isn't it? He's pretty fantastic as a player, and I don't really know if it's fair to sort of say he's the best English talent that we've got because there's so many of them, and I can't even really think about them all off the top of my head. But if I'm sort of in a conversation and you're talking about the best English talent that's available, sort of under the age of 23, he definitely is probably the
Mm-hmm.
first name that comes to my mind, and I can't really fault anybody else for saying otherwise. So I definitely think that Foden is probably the right choice to go for. I'm just thinking now though, who comes before technically after City in our little choice? Is it Leeds or is it Liverpool? I believe
No,
it'll be
it's
Liverpool, won't it?
Liverpool.
It's
Yeah,
Liverpool.
it's Liverpool.
Cool.
Yeah.
So at least we can
But,
kind of keep it.
should I give you my input on Man City?
Yeah, no, talk to me, please, because I want to sort of have a look. I was going to say it's kind of easy, but again, they've got a lot of players.
I mean, they have an embarrassment of riches. Let's be honest, and I can see the case for Foden. He is an exceptional talent. Exceptional talent. They call him the Stockport Iniesta or something like that.
Iniesta Stockport,
you know what I mean? Yeah, he's an incredible player. But when I see City, and I can't help but admire Manchester City. They're just, for me, they play football which is just out of this world. But for me, the player that really gets, makes me see them tick, and the one who frightens me when he comes to our games is Bernardo Silva. I mean, if I understand he was homesick in the summer, and he was desperate to get back to, either to Portugal or to Spain or whatever. But obviously he's Pep has worked a miracle, and he's
So what do you think that is? What do you think he sort of said to him to get him to turn a corner? Because like you said, he literally was on his way out almost, and now to think that he is probably, I'm just thinking now, he has definitely been there. Maybe barring Cancelo, been their best player this season. Like, what is Pep said?
I mean, look at. I mean, he's added goals to his game as well this year. I mean, he's fantastic. He's a fantastic player. Maybe he's on a promise that just one more season, and maybe then the thinking is that the market will be a bit more fluid, with a season's worth of receipts and things like that. I don't know. I mean, he's whatever he's done, whatever Pep's done, it's a bit of magic, because he's added so much to his game.
I mean, that goal, I think was it against Aston Villa? That goal against Aston Villa on the counter attack, where he took it on the full volley. I mean, a lot of people say Thiago's goal was better, the one that he scored in the Champions League on the half volley, but I think to take a shot on the full volley like that, and not even when you had to do that, it's the fact that he didn't even have to do that. Oh, he's back, Sid. Yeah, the fact that he didn't even have to do that, and he did it so confidently and scored. He is fantastic. Sid, Sean's just saying that he's gone for Bernardo Silva.
Yeah, Bernardo Silva. Oh, you know what? That's a great shout, because I was looking at that myself actually, and I thought, should we have him? But I think I've gone with the fact that we need a centre back. Not centre back, sorry, Foden, because he's English and going forward. But Bernardo Silva's a great shout, mate. I totally agree with you. Totally agree with you. Sorry guys, I don't know what happened. My battery just went dead, and then it all just went. I couldn't reconnect my other cameras.
Don't worry, we were able to steer the ship, weren't we, Sean? We could steer.
Seamless. It was seamless.
Absolutely. Potomac is saying De Bruyne. Yeah, Kevin De Bruyne. What else have we got? We've got Scott M. No, it wasn't your post that killed my connection. So Spursy is saying Gabriel Jesus. Okay. Who else are we looking at? Anybody else saying anybody else? Seven Stevens is saying take a great Potomac. Okay, forgot about Bernardo. So people did forget about Bernardo. Simon Stevens is saying Grealish was the natural heir to Eriksen's throne, a wide man who can create, and we could have had him for just 15 million. Got to believe his biggest mistake. I think biggest mistake he had was Maddison, Grealish,
Fernandes,
Bowen.
Not selling Kane for the price that he could have got.
Absolutely. But yeah, Sam Lee saying here would have taken Bernardo plus 100 million for Kane in the summer. Do you know what? It was on, but Bernardo Silva didn't want to come to Spurs. So
that's true. That's true. He didn't want to,
Yeah. Right. So moving on from the two big clubs in Manchester to the mighty whiners from Liverpool and and Jurgen Klopp.
My new least favorite team at the moment.
hold on, Spirit of Christmas. Be nice.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I love Liverpool.
The heavy
Big up-
metal rockers, the heavy metal band. Way.
Absolutely. The founders of
Cop-Ites.
Beatles. Absolutely. Right. What we saying with Liverpool then?
Another tough one. I think it's an easy answer if we're all being honest with ourselves. But it's more of a case that you could probably make an argument for a lot of players. Might not be as easy as actually I say. Now I'm looking at this team because there's a lot of players I'd take here. You could take Trent, you could take Van Dijk, you could take Thiago, you could take Fabinho, you could take any of the front three. But really and truly, I only think there's one player I would take, and that is Mohamed Salah. In my opinion, the best player in the world at the moment. What he's doing at the moment is actually ridiculous. And I laughed at Liverpool fans when they said last season he was sort of potentially one of the greatest forwards of all time in Premier League history. And I was like, no, don't be silly. And then he's doing what he's doing now. And sort of the couple of goals that he scored, I think one was against City where he beat a man and it was literally like Messi had scored a goal. I was just in awe. It was pretty amazing, to be fair. So I think it's easy, but I think that there's a lot of close second and third places, which you guys might have chosen, which I can completely respect as well, because they do have sort of players like that who are so important. But I'm going Mohamed Salah just for the pure threat of his pure goal threat. I mean, we have really two significant goal threats in our team, and if you had a front three that could all score goals in sort of the sense that they could, then that would be unbelievable. So yeah, if money wasn't a thing and sort of had no financial constraints whatsoever, it would have to be Mohamed Salah for me, 100%.
Yeah. Okay, Sean.
Sure. It is true. Everything Darius said about Salah is absolutely spot on. I mean, he seems to have become much more deadly in front of goal. I mean, I lost. Me and my friend Alan would watch Liverpool, and you'd say to Salah, he'd only score 1 out of 5. He'd be through, and he would miss more than he would score. And this year he seems to have just gone, to a completely new level. However, he was not the player that I picked.
Was he not?
No. He was the probably I'm a bit rattled by the fact that I'm picking a team of midfielders here, but I've actually gone for Trent Alexander-Arnold. Okay. I just think he's a class act, and we need someone at that position, and I think he solves a lot of problems. He's homegrown. He scores goals, which can you imagine Conte having Trent Alexander-Arnold?
Don't want to think about that, mate.
Yeah. So I think, that for me, and there is an embarrassment of riches at Liverpool. We can name them. They will roll them off. I was looking at Mane, again, a player that we were linked with when he left Southampton. Who else have I got here?
Right.
I can't read my own writing. I was obviously the alcohol was.
Bit too many mulled wines hit you there.
Maybe I've managed to secure a couple of bottles of Falangina, my favourite Italian wine. So that's obviously also there. But yeah, Trent all day.
Okay, we got Nipun Sharma is saying Mo Salah easy. Potomac is saying Trent, Fabinho close second. Let's have a look. Scott M, lots of options like City, but I don't like many of Liverpool. Salah is obviously great, but can't stand his dives. We need a right wing back, and TAA would be perfect for that role. So I will go with Trent. Trent. Scott M is saying Trent as well. So okay. Simon Stevens is saying here, I take Mane. Rumour has it he ran so fast from the Tottenham negotiating table, he burnt his hairline off. How devastating our front line could have been. I totally agree. Right, okay, so I think we're going a bit too overtime, but I'm going to go with one, and I'm not going to go much into it, but everyone keeps forgetting players. And for me, going back to our defensive issues, this man.
Yeah.
Big
Top man.
Verge.
Yeah, say no more. I know you've got a dash in a bit, Darius, so I won't say no more about Van Dijk because it says it all. Right, moving on swiftly. We've got Leicester City. I'm going to fire this one off with Leicester City. And again, there's a lot of players. They've got Tielemans. They've got Schmeichel in goal. But I've opted for this man because we should have got him last time round. And again, set pieces. And he's passing ability. And he also scores free scoring goals as well, not just on free kicks. And I think he's got a great engine. So for me, it's Maddison.
The goal he scored against Liverpool was fantastic as well, by the way.
I know it was.
Bagger.
Exactly.
I'd probably go for maybe Tielemans, or if not Tielemans, I would actually go for Ricardo Pereira, who plays right back, because before he got injured, he was one of the best right backs in the league, and I think he'd actually do a pretty solid job as a right wing back. So, yeah, if not, I think Tielemans is probably their best player. I absolutely love Patson Daka as well. I think he's amazing, but yeah, I'll go for Tielemans. Madison's a great shout because he would be great as well. He would help us. Maddison would probably help us more, but I prefer Tielemans as a player, so I'm gonna go for Tielemans.
That's cool. That's good. Sean?
I looked at Cassius Michael. I looked at Harvey Barnes. But I'm with Darius. Tielemans is just a class act.
Yeah. Cool.
Again, someone we were linked with.
Yeah.
Because he was only on loan at Leicester at first, you know.
He was. I mean, for us, it was 3 players, and I think Scott Evans mentioned one of them, Fofana.
That's another good shout.
Another good shout, yeah. Also, Mackie saying Maddison as well. Simon Stevens, Vardy's too old, but never. But it was 3. It was Tielemans, Fofana, or Maddison. So you've both gone for Tielemans, and I went with Maddison. I don't think there's going to be that much of a choice, to be honest. Paul Omak is saying good choice, Darius. So yeah, I personally think at Leicester there was 2 players, Tielemans and 3. Out of them 3, it's whoever fancies who. So good shout. Right, moving on to the song of the team that my boy hates me singing all the time. I'm always singing "Marching On Together." Leeds United.
Leeds. This is going to be a good one. Do you mind if I go first for this one?
Go for it.
Oh, Leeds. They've got good players. And I think again, I keep saying this it's a difficult one, but I feel like everybody will probably choose the same one. But I'm going to be different, and I'm going to be difficult because there's 2 Leeds players that I will choose that I think people wouldn't maybe choose necessarily. And the one I'm going to go for, the guy I'll go for, that's Rafinha, because I just think that he's incredible. I think he's absolutely incredible. I've heard he's actually confirmed going to Bayern Munich in January. Absolutely. So that probably might not be a case of being able to sign Rafinha anymore. If it wasn't Rafinha, though, I would have gone for Jack Harrison, because I think Jack Harrison is also an incredible player. And as a left winger, he could be a problem under Conte. But I know we've got our left wing back sort of sorted. But yeah, if it wasn't Jack Harrison, Rafinha, it has to be Rafinha for me. Rafinha's feet and in his delivery again, his ability to put a ball in the box, his shooting accuracy. If he does go to Bayern Munich, the thought of them having an option of Coman, Rafinha, Gnabry, and Sane to choose from on those wings is quite frankly disgusting, and I don't really think it's fair, to be honest. I don't know if that should be allowed. So, and then you've got Lewandowski and Muller going through the middle, and Musiala as well. And let's not even talk about Bayern Munich. So yeah, I'll go for Rafinha.
I've got Nipin Sharma's gone for Rafinha. So Spursy's gone for Rafinha. Scott M's gone for Rafinha. So Spursy's gone for Calvin Phillips.
Good shout. I forgot about Phillips.
Yeah, there's a few got gone for Calvin Phillips. I'm going to quickly go through mine, Sean, before I let you do one. I've just gone for him because, again, English, quality player, mate. I love what he does.
Yeah.
He's the engine behind Leeds United. And this man is not going to be at Leeds for very long. So, may the best team win. That's all I'm going to say.
Where do you think he could end up? I actually could see him. Oh, I can see him at Chelsea. I can actually see him at Chelsea.
Do you know, honest to God, I'm not going to lie to you. I
We should
think
go for him.
Conte can get him. Yeah, if Conte goes for
Go
him
for him.
with Kane, right? I think Kane can persuade him to come to us. If Kane stays, I think he can. And Conte will look at him and probably think, yeah, this is the kind of player that I want. So, yeah. Sean?
I've gone for a completely left field player here, and it's based on one performance only. That was last season when Leeds went to Man City, went down to 10 men and won the game 2-1. And they scored very late on, and the guy who scored that goal was Stuart Dallas.
Okay.
And that's my choice. That's my choice. I just think there's something. He's really competitive.
He works
he's
so
got
hard,
a great
doesn't he?
engine. Yeah, he works so hard. I just think, and he can play defensive. He can play midfield. He's versatile. I think he's Northern Irish, isn't he? So, I had Rafinha and Phillips as well, but for me, there was something about Stuart Dallas in that game in particular. And I thought, oh my God, he would be good for us. And so I'm not deviated from that.
Only problem with him, if we had him, the only thing I think of when I see Dallas is the But anyway,
yeah, you're gonna step out of the shower, and it was all a dream. Yeah.
Yeah. Simon Stevens is saying the keeper.
Good
Melier,
shout,
good
yeah.
choice. He's
Melier.
very young. He's like 22, isn't he? That's a good choice.
So
I like that.
good choice. Okay, so I think with Leeds, it was either Rafinha, Calvin Phillips. So, and I think Darius put one out with Jack Harrison. So, yeah, that's good. Right, next one. I'm not going to lie to you. I've drawn a blank, and my boys drew a blank. So, with Everton, I'm not taking anyone. I know it's Christmas and everything, but
not even Calvert-Lewin.
No. Have you seen his fashion sense, man? Come on, that is madness.
Hold on, we had Serge Aurier in our dressing room at one point.
No, listen, Serge Aurier never wore a skirt and whatever other business that you've been doing. But to be fair, we looked at Calvin Lewis, we looked at Damari Gray, Pickford, and we decided to just not take anyone from Everton.
Wow, I actually didn't choose any of those guys. The guy I went for was Luca Dino. I'd actually take Luca Dino. He's a decent left back. I think he's a good left back. I think he can put a good ball in the box. And as a backup or starting, I wouldn't mind him to sort of be in that team. The only other player I can really think of, gosh, you're kind of right. Maybe Alan in centre mid. He's decent. Yeah. But nah, there's not many in that Everton team when you think about it, really and truly, is it?
Yeah. Sean?
I was going to go for the nostalgic recall of Andros Townsend.
Oh, but no, I would take him. I'd actually take him.
But
would you get him?
In the end, I went for Damari Gray because that goal he scored against Arsenal made my day. Yeah. Made my day. So yes, Damari Gray.
Fair enough. Just going back to Leeds, I think the Truth Sets 3 said Bamford on form. Yeah, on form, but
good call. Yeah,
I like that. I like that.
Good call. Right. So Truth Sets 3 says Richarlison from Everton. Automatic saying Gelhardt.
All right, thanks.
Young player worth.
Is that the lead striker? Yeah, he's a decent little striker. He is, to be fair. Yeah,
good player.
I like him.
Nippon Sean was saying Decore.
Ooh.
Yeah, Decore.
Ooh, that's one I forgot. Yeah, he's a good player.
That's it.
Yeah.
Simon Stevens, I'm sick of the sight of Calvin Lewin having a shave on all the YouTube channel ads. I've had to suffer through lately. I still have to take him over the rest of that. Oh, fair enough. Portomac is saying good choice, Darius. Right.
Thank you.
So that's them done. After Everton, we had who we got from Crystal Palace.
Oh, can't even say Conor Gallagher, can I? Sugar.
No, you know what? My boy said exactly the same, and I went, "No, you're not having him because he's
can't even say Conor Gallagher." Oh my gosh, do you have anything, Sean? Because I'm stuck now. Oh my god,
Crystal Palace.
Give me Eze or give me. Give me Eze. Give me Eze. I'll take Eze. I'll take Eberici Eze. He's a good player.
Yeah.
Oh, Michael Elise as well.
He
Fair enough.
was
What about Darius?
my
What
second
Dai?
choice.
Eze was your second choice.
Eze was my second choice. He would be a great player for us. But I went for Odsonne Edouard.
I like him
You
as
went for
well.
Edouard.
Odsonne Edouard, the striker we should have got in the summer.
Yeah, and he was a good
When you
price
see
as
what
well.
Palace paid for him, and he scores goal, and in fact he scored a goal against us after 28 seconds. Oh man, that broke my heart. Broke my heart.
Interesting. I went with Guy. Is it Guy?
Oh, Mark. Yes, the centre back from Chelsea.
Is he from Chelsea?
He used to play for Chelsea, yeah, and then they signed him from Chelsea.
Yeah,
Very
I
good.
went with him. I think we've got one with Eze on here. I think two have said Eze and one said Guy also looks very good as well. So yeah, that's that one. Right. Hey, everyone's favourite team from West London, Chelsea.
All right. This will be my last one. Oh,
Yeah.
I love to finish
I know
on
you
Chelsea.
got
I
one.
like this. I like to finish on Chelsea. Okay.
Go on.
Ooh, this is okay. Straight away, I'm not even gonna look at the squad. I'm gonna go with what I originally said. I'm gonna go Reece James.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Reece James. I think Reece James is not the best player on that team, but he is a player, and I think I'd take him much more than. I think he'd be more useful for us as a centre back or a right back or a right midfielder than a lot of their players. So I'm gonna go Reece James.
Reece James. Sean?
I went Mateo Kovacic.
Good player.
I think he's a great player, really good. But I think he really makes them tick alongside Kante.
Yeah, fair enough. That's my choice as well. I agree with Darius.
Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm going to shoot off. I hope you all have a great day. I've enjoyed this show, by the way. It's been a great show. And hopefully some of these players might join us. Fingers crossed.
Who knows?
Have a great one, guys. Enjoy it. Take care.
Pleasure, take care. Have
See
a
you
good
later.
One. Take it easy. See ya. Sorry, Sean, who you were going with?
I went with Mateo Kovacic as the midfielder. I think he's a much underestimated part of the Chelsea team. I think he's well appreciated by Chelsea fans, but don't think outside people really take credit for all the stuff that he does. So yeah, he's a good player.
Yeah. Good. Okay. Simon Stevens has gone for I'd take Lukaku just because I know Conte can get the very best out of him. Yes, but would he play Lukaku, Kane up top together, or can they both play together? Because it's going to be it'd be tough to see a Spurs team with Lukaku and Kane together because we're not that often played with two strikers. So I know he plays Son up there quite a lot, but Son then can go to the left or can go to the right. So I hear what you're saying, Simon, but would he go for that? I think there's better players at Chelsea that we can have that will get into our team straight away and not have to wait. Paul Pablo saying Lufak, not for me. Portomaki saying Kante is my favourite player outside of Spurs. Do you know what? Kante was an absolute massive shout as well.
It's a good shout. Yeah,
it's a shout. But like with Man City, Liverpool, Man United, you got Richie's. How many players can you choose and who you're going to have? And I think what you're saying, Kovacic, to play in that middle, and I think Reece James. Probably how bad we are at right back. I think Reece James would probably be an obvious choice. Nipun Sharma is saying here, Lukaku works best in a strike partnership. That's why he got so many goals when he was playing at Inter Milan. Yeah, I agree. But it just depends on what Conte wants, doesn't it? What kind of style he's going to have at Spurs. And also, we've got Alexander Hilton saying, I'd take Mason Mount from Chelsea. Do you know what, Mount?
He's on my list. Yeah, he would be on my list. Yeah, definitely.
Exactly. So Spursy is saying James as well. Cool. Moving on to Burnley. Who have you got for Burnley?
I thought long and hard about Dwight McNeil. Okay. I think he's quite a good player, but in the end, I plumped for the Maxwell Cornet because of the goals that he scored this year. I mean, every one of them seems to be like a worldie, you know. And there's one he scored against Palace where he nearly took the net off, you know. So, yeah, Maxwell Cornet for me.
Maxwell Cornet for you. I've drawn a blank on this one. So we didn't go with anyone. We didn't think there was anyone good enough at Burnley that can get into a Spurs side.
Sean Dice will be upset.
No, do you know what? Tarkowski was one of them. Cornet was another one that we looked at, but I think I couldn't. Honestly, God, I couldn't think of anyone.
Fair enough. No.
Ben Mee. So Spurs is saying nobody. The Truth Sets Free saying nobody. And Scott M is saying Burnley. Cornet or Tarkowski, probably go Cornet based on age. Actually, this is a good shout from Alexander Hilton. Pope for future replacement for Lloris or Tarkowski to complete with Dyer. Keeper Pope probably, yeah. But Tarkowski is... I think I've heard Tarkowski's signed sealed for West Ham.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Nippon Sharma is saying Maxwell Cornet is the definition of a player who only scores worldies. Okay, so there we go on that one. Right, Brentford. Who we got for Brentford? Who would you have at Brentford?
Oh, I've got Brighton next.
Oh, sorry, Brighton. Yes, sorry, Brighton. Who are you having for Brighton?
Yeah. The only to me there were just two choices. I looked long and hard at Tariq Lamptey. But in the end, I went for Yves Bissouma. Again, I'm a midfield man, you know, so I've gone back to form anyway.
Okay, Bissouma. Why have you gone for Bissouma then? Come on, tell us.
He just looks really comfortable on the ball. He also gets stuck in. You know, he's to me he's a complete midfielder. I think he's got room to grow. I think under a coach like Conte, he'd become a really, really good player.
Yeah. And
I've heard Darius say good things about him, and he knows a thing about a player or two. So
absolutely, yeah, 100%. Scott M is saying, assuming legal issues are done, Bissouma, but Lamptey would be great. Alexander Hilton is saying Lamptey is perfect in a Spurs team with 5 at the back. I went with Tariq Lamptey because again, I agree with what everybody in the comment section is saying. Is 5 at the back. He can run up and down. He's got an engine on him. He's a bit like Kante, isn't he? Up and down, and down. And he's got a lot of potential. So yeah, Tariq Lamptey. Right. Moving on to Brentford. Who are you saying from Brentford?
Yeah, it's funny though. I mean, they're a really good unit, but there's not as to individuals that stand out. Not many of them do for me. I know in the past I've spoken with Darius about this player that I chose, and it isn't Ivan Toney. Although he's a great player, he's taken to the Premiership like a duck to water. I went with Brian Mbeumo.
Yeah.
I think under Conte he might learn to avoid the woodwork and actually put the ball in the back of the net. I think he's hit the post or hit the woodwork most in the whole of the Premier League this season. But
yeah. So Spurs is saying nobody. Then he went with Tony. The Truth Sets Free. He's gone with Tony. To be fair, we had Mbeumo and Tony, and in the end, we've gone with Christian Norgard.
Good choice, yeah.
Yeah, good player. Lot of potential, and I think out of the three, because the problem with Tony is, would he get into our side even as a backup striker? Yeah, but would he want to come to us? Probably not. And Mbeumo, again, we've got enough players that can do what he does. So you got Mora, you got Bergwijn, you got Son, and Gill. So would he get into ours? I think Christian Norgard's probably got a better chance of getting in. Then any of the others. So yeah, we went with him. What have we got here? We've got Alexander Hilson saying, "I agree with Mboma. He can compete with Lucas." And then we've got another Ivan Toney, Nippon Sharma saying Ivan Toney as well. So yeah, it's realistically they're probably not even going to get into Spurs, to be fair. But yeah, I mean, it's one of them, innit? So we've now got 2 left, and the next one is Stevie G's.
At the end of our marathon stream.
Yeah, I know, bloody hell, 1 hour 30 minutes, and I'm so glad. Just thank you everyone for staying with us. I know it's a long process. I didn't expect us to have that many players actually, but it's really good. All your feedback, all your comments is absolutely fantastic. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, follow Paxton Road TV. We've got memberships going as well. And without you guys, this year wouldn't have happened for us because, you know, we've absolutely loved doing the shows, providing content for you guys to enjoy. And you've appreciated it as well. So big, massive thank you from all the team at Paxton Road. Sean as well. All of us would like to thank every one of you.
Absolutely,
helping us out and, you know, coming to watch us, because without you guys, we would have no one to watch us. So thank you very much, and listen to us as well. So Aston Villa, who are we going for Aston Villa?
I mean, again, they've got some great players. I like John McGinn. I like Martinez, the keeper.
Yeah.
Martinez was you know, he was very nearly the one I went for, but in the end I went for Ezra Konsa.
Okay.
I think he's an absolute brilliant centre back, and a Spurs fan, I believe, as well.
So you've gone for Ezra Konsa. Konsa. Can I have what other people in the comment section, please? Any Aston Villas? Okay, Scott M is saying Watkins. Yeah, good shout, good player. Last season, I probably would have said in the summer when we were looking for an alternative to Harry Kane or to play with Harry Kane. He would have been a good one to come off the bench. Martinez, as you're saying, top keeper, to be fair. Only problem is Arsenal connection. Would he have come to Spurs? I don't know. Alexander Hilton is saying Leon Bailey. Leon Bailey. Okay.
I think he started well, but he's kind of faded for me.
Yeah. And do you know what I went with? And I think Darius would have agreed on this one. And I think there's a few others. I've gone for this man. I think he's quality. John McGinn. What he provides to that midfield, he runs with the ball. He gets his tackles in. He's got a shot on him. He's a good creator. And his engine is like he's like another Conte. He can just go on and on and on. And the aggression, he plays for the badge every single game. And for that reason, we went with John McGinn.
Yeah, good. I wouldn't be against that at all. To be fair,
and I know Darius likes him as well. So that's a good shout. Nippon Sharma saying Danny Ings. I probably would have agreed with you last season. Not anymore now. I think he's too injury prone as well now, isn't he? Because I think he's spent more time on the bench than he has actually playing for Villa. But he's a good shout. On his day, he's like Bamford, isn't he? He can be lethal. He can be a really good striker. Portomaki saying Martinez as well. So, there we go. Portomaki saying Martinez as well. Good keeper, but would he come to Spurs? I mean, I'd take him all day long. He's a solid keeper,
I think he left Arsenal under a bit of a cloud, though, didn't he? Because they went with Leno and rather than him,
Yeah, he wasn't getting the game time, was he? And he's
the Argentinian national keeper.
Yeah,
he's their first choice, isn't he? So he would like to be around Romero and a player that we dare not mention in your company, Sid. But I like an Argentinian player.
Yeah. No, do you know what? Yeah, it's true. Absolutely. We've had two of the best Argentinian players playing for Spurs, you know.
Mhm.
And he played for Tottenham. So,
Yep, he
yeah.
did.
And moving on to the last but not least, we can talk about it if we want, or we can just skip them and not even entertain them. But it's Christmas, and like you said, we have to be nice to everyone. So the final team is the Arsenal and
The Woolwich Wanderers,
the
the
Woolwich
the
Wanderers.
Plumstead Pirates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to lie, to be fair, they've got a couple of decent players in their team. At the moment, they've got two, in my opinion, particular youngsters, English players that are racking it in the Premiership, and they are, running rings around teams and players. And Saka's one of them for me. And the second one is what we've, as a collective, and this is my boys as well, we've gone with Emil Smith-Rowe, because this boy has just come out of Norway Academy and he's just tearing up the Prem. I mean, he's scoring goals, he can assist, he's got a good engine on him as well. And you know what, he plays for the Arsenal, but at the end of the day, you've got to give credit where it's due. And this
Absolutely.
player,
Absolutely.
he's going to be a future player to look out for, quality player. So we've gone with Emil Smith-Rowe.
Yes, sadly for us, I think he's one of those players at schoolboy level or maybe at youth level was linked with us. Maybe even had a trial with us, but we lost out on. And I mean, it's our loss and Arsenal's gain. Definitely, he's an incredible player. The player I've gone for is a bit left field.
Midfielder?
Huh?
A midfielder?
No, not a midfielder. Not a midfielder. No. The player I've gone for is Kieran Tierney.
Okay.
I think he is an absolutely incredible left back. I mean, we're obviously blessed at left back at the moment that we've got Reguilon and we've got Sessegnon to play the left. But I think Tierney is incredible, really humble guy. Was captain of his team up here at Celtic. Tore it up in Europe. He's an incredible player, and it broke my heart again that he went to the wrong end of the Seven Sisters Road as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, I think he would have been a great asset to us. Really, carries the ball, creates, can score. He used to take free kicks for Celtic up here, so I think we would have he would have been a good addition. But yeah, I can't disagree with Smith-Rowe though. He is an incredible player, and Arsenal are so very, very lucky to have him. Definitely.
I think, Nippon Sharma saying Emil Smith-Rowe, Alexander Hilton saying Smith-Rowe, that's it. All the rest are shite. Same reason as Mount, but I don't think he's as good.
They're not entering into the spirit of this stream, are they?
No, they're not.
We're supposed to be saying nice things.
Yeah, Portomaki's not even entertaining Arsenal. Scott M, I don't know if he's being serious or not here, but he's saying William Saliba. Alexander Hilton is saying Tierney would be in the under-23s. Scott M is saying the only thing that can break Sean's MF love is a Scottish player. Love it. But yeah.
Well, I live in Paisley, so you can understand why.
Absolutely.
I think there are some really good players up here, but they just don't get a chance unless you're Southampton,
Absolutely. But ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the teams in the Premiership. Hope we've entertained you tonight. I know it's Christmas Day, everybody's got other things to do, but I thought rather than just not have anything, no football, nothing, no sport related, I thought me and Sean decided, let's go and give something to the Paxton Road fans out there, all the Spurs fans out there. For me, it's been a pleasure hosting with Sean and Darius as well. And I think Darius would have gone with Tomiyasu, I think, because he was saying, didn't he, that Tomiyasu
he did, yeah.
Arsenal player. And I agree with him as well. But I'd just like to thank everyone for joining in. I know it's been an hour and 40 minutes, but boy, has that time gone past. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm sure, Sean, you've enjoyed it as well.
Oh, I've loved it. Loved it. It's good to talk about players and, just who you'd like to see in your, and we do have to recognise that other teams have decent players.
Absolutely.
We can't, we can't just. I mean, I noticed it was a bit pass at the end there again with Arsenal, but I think generally in the spirit of Christmas, and it is Christmas Day after all. I think I've really enjoyed this, and I hope the viewers out there have as well. Just leaves for me to wish everyone the best of the season, and just remember the hangover in the morning.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just want to second that. To be fair, you know what? It was just nothing to do on Christmas Day, so we thought we'll just do something decent. It's our opinions on players that we would like to see at Spurs. Not that we're going to get any of them, but it's like Sean said, it's good. Every club's got decent players, and you can't knock them back for having them players. Credit where it's due, unfortunately. You've got to give it to them, whether it's Arsenal, Man United, Leeds, Arsenal, West Ham, whoever. If they've got good players, you've got to recognise that, and you know what? You've got to applaud them to say, you know what? We may not like the club, but the players are the players, and sometimes they're really good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think that concludes us for Ask Sid anyway. We're not going to be seeing me for a while. Sid says we'll be back in January. We will be back with the preview and review shows for the Boxing Day games and New Year's Day games. I think we've got Crystal Palace and Watford, I think. And I think we might have Southampton in there as well. So we'll be back with the Paxton Road team on that one. Like I said, I'd just like to thank everyone for tuning in today. It's been an absolute pleasure from myself and Sean. And we'd just like to thank you. Have a good Christmas Day, Boxing Day. And Sean, one final word for the Spurs fans.
Come on, you Spurs. 9 points over the holiday season, please.
Thank you. And there you go. Come on, you Spurs.